So today I really want to focus on simply embracing what is. I think we oftentimes get stuck in what we hope the world can bring us or what we want in our future. And that doesn't mean we don't desire those things and don't work towards those things, but simply taking the time today to settle into what is and embrace what is. That may just be that today you need to bring your knee down when we're in a lunge, or you've got a shoulder pain, or your neck is bothering you, or maybe it's today you can do a crow pose and yesterday you couldn't. So really just embracing what's present for you in this moment, what is in your life, instead of focusing on those things that are beyond our control in this moment. So with that in mind, find a comfortable seat here on your neck, more or less comfortable. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to shift around a little bit here at the beginning. Kind of noticing where you feel alive and open. Conversely, noticing those spots that may feel tight, maybe a little closed off. And as you're ready, settling into a seated position. Once you root down through your sit bones, balance that by lengthening up to the crown of your head. And soften around that structure. Begin to fill it up with breath. Without shifting anything here, just notice what currently is in this moment. And then allow yourself to shift into adjustments. So if you felt like your shoulders are tipping forward, maybe pull them back, lift more through the chest. If you feel like your low back is feeling a little uneasy, maybe tuck the tailbone, softly engage the core for some support there. Maybe you feel your head jutting forward, draw it back, lift taller through the crown. And then start that Ujjayi breath if you haven't already. So you're really intentionally drawing the breath in, filling yourself up, balancing that with a very intentional exhale, emptying yourself out. We'll take a few more breaths here, just establishing this framework, this foundation for our practice. And slowly opening your eyes, we'll gather the soles of the feet together in a Baddha Konasana. And before we step into pranayama, just wiggle your legs a little bit, loosen those joints. Now, if your joints feel a little bit sore or uneasy this morning, you're welcome to place some props under the knees to support. You're not putting pressure there. Otherwise, let your legs hang, press the feet solidly into one another. Fingertips back behind you. We're going to do 3 rounds of Uddiyana Bandha into 3 rounds of Agnisara. So we're going to do this together. Take a huge breath in. Hold to the top, lifting to the heart. As you're ready, exhale strongly out the mouth, come forward. Stay empty. Draw the belly in and up so you're hollowing out through the core. Pull the chest forward, stay empty. When you're ready to inhale, release the abdominals first, then inhale, rise up, fingertips back behind you, lift through the heart. Yes. As you're ready, Uddiyana Bandha, exhaling strongly up and out. Awesome. Hold empty, draw navel in and up. Feel that lock in the core in your center. Then as you're ready, release abdominals, inhale, rise back up. Hands back behind you, open through the heart, holding full. And then one more round like that, exhaling strongly up and out. Empty everything out you can possibly get out. Draw the belly in, up, hollowing out. Pull the chest forward so you traction the spine. And then when you're ready to inhale, release abdominals. Inhale, rise back up. Moving into Agni Sara. As you're ready, exhale strongly out and out. Same action here, pull belly in and up. This time without taking a breath in, so you're holding that breath out. Press the belly forward. Using the core muscles, pull it in. Press it forward, pull it in. When you're ready to inhale, press the belly out. Inhale, rise up. If I'm going in a different pace that feels good to you, take your pace instead of mine. As you're ready, strong up and out. Or you can just follow my lead, drawing belly in and up. Stay hollow. Press the belly out, pull it in, press it out. Do one more round of Agni Sara at your own pace. This time when you complete your round, stay forward, diving deeper into this stretch. Breathing all the way down into the hips. Letting that wrap around into the low back, so folding forward. Soften through the shoulders. Take just a few more breaths here. Wash the breath through sensation. And then inhale, rising up out of your folds. Bring your hands to your outer thighs, off the legs, carefully back together. And then extend the legs forward, give them a little shake out. Release there. All right, keep that left leg forward. Bring the right foot to the inside of the thigh, into a basic stretch here. I'm going to turn mine over. Does anyone want to give me assist? All right. Left leg forward, right foot to the inside. Inhale, lengthen up. Just a basic forward fold here. Exhale, hands come down next to the knee. Start to tilt forward through the torso, then walk your hands forward. So you can be very kind to your hamstrings and calf muscles, and your back body here. And just let gravity and your breath guide you slowly deeper. So touching your toes is not the goal. Feeling the stretch is the goal. Soften through shoulders. Breathing into sensation. And just notice as you stay here in what seems like a stagnant place, all of those little shifts and movements that are occurring as you stay. We'll take about 3 more breaths, softening into this fold. And you can support the softening by breathing into these areas where you feel the stretch. Letting the breath take you deeper. Last exhale here. Using your hands, walk your way back upright. Prop up onto that right knee. Inhale, lift up into a modified Vashisthasana. Opening the chest, belly, front body. And then exhale, ease your way back down. And we'll simply switch to the second side. Nothing too crazy here. Right leg extends forward, left foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, lengthen up through the torso. You can extend the arms if you'd like. Exhale, hands come down next to the knee. Then exhale, fold forward, letting gravity guide you deeper here. Once again, being very kind to your body as you melt into this pose. Yes, beautiful. Draw shoulders away from your ears. Allow the head to hang so the neck doesn't need to support you here. Just imagine some of the stress of your week just unwinding, dripping off the crown of your head, releasing into the earth here. Getting very curious of what releases are occurring, how your body is letting go of tension. About 2 more breaths here. Inhale, walk your hands back up, rising to the torso, prop up onto that left knee. Inhale, lift and open, modified Vashisthasana. Should feel pretty good. If it doesn't feel good, change it up. Your goal is to create opening and stretch. And then exhale, roll your way slowly back down. Come all the way onto your back. Grab hold of that prop, so whether your block or a rolled up mat. Place it in between your thighs, snug up towards the pubic bone. Legs extend directly up in the sky. Check in with your back body here. So if your low back is sensitive or your hamstrings still feel super tight, bend your knees. If that's still not enough to take the pressure out of the low back, bring your feet all the way down to the earth. Hands interlaced behind the head. Take a huge breath, spread it through the kidneys and low back. Hold the breath, press mid back to the mat, curl tailbone up so the sit bones lift. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Yes. Squeeze your prop a little more, pull belly down. You guys got out free that time, you didn't get to squeeze the block twice. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back into mat, curl tailbone up, squeeze your prop. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Awesome. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a second time. Hold belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a second time. Hold belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Now everybody bend your knees to a 90-degree angle. So you want that square configuration. Flex your feet back towards your shins. Yeah, so you kind of got frog legs. So toes don't point forward, they pull back. All right, moving into frog lifting through, gate opener variation. Take a deep breath into low back. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze your prop. Exhale, head and shoulders come up. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left-handed prop, straddle the legs. Keep your knees bent. Curl tailbone up, reach out through inner thighs. Pull low belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle or frog the legs, I guess that's more accurate. Tuck tailbone, reach out through inner thighs, pull belly down. Yes, inhale, legs come back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through inner thighs, pull belly down. Awesome. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Squeeze a second time, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, tuck tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. All right, you have the option to keep your knees bent or straighten the legs out for a full gate opener. Take a deep breath in. Hold that breath. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Yes, exhale, tuck tailbone. Reach out through inner thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs come back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, tuck tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Awesome. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, tuck tailbone. Reach out through the thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Squeeze a second time, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, tuck tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Awesome. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. One more round. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a second time, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, and release. Set your prop aside. Let's do some windshield wiper legs to just release through the hips. On your exhale, knees slowly lower to one side. Inhale to the center, exhale to the other side. Just go at a rhythm that feels good. If you'd like to stay a few extra breaths one side and then the other, do it. Just feeling for that release through the hips and the back body. And then coming back through center. Setting up for a bridge pose. So knees are directly over heels, feet about hip width apart. You can also graze or reach down and graze the back of your heels for that position. Rooting down strongly through your feet. Inhale, peel the spine away from your mat, lifting into bridge. Really press into the earth, lift up to the hips, breathe into this front body. With each inhale, feeling that expansion through the abdominals. Making those muscles flexible as well. And then letting that breath travel all the way up to the heart center, creating space around the chest, Allowing that breath to flow all the way up into the quadriceps, the hip joints. About 5 more breaths here. Awesome breathing. Notice where you can open a little more as we stay a little longer. Last inhale here. Exhale, top tailbone, slowly roll your spine down to the earth. Release here, taking a moment either at neutral, letting your knees fall together, or perhaps hugging your knees to your chest, getting a little rocking side to side, massaging out the low back. And then roll over onto your left side. Use your arms to press your way up. And coming all the way forward to hands and knees. So we'll take a little bit of time here for intuitive movement. That could be hanging out in a child's pose for a few breaths, or maybe rolling through some cat-cows. Maybe some hip circles. It's really your time to shift and move throughout your body. Maybe you notice some kinks thus far that you want to shift positioning so that you can release some of that. About 2 more breaths, moving, shifting. And exhale, lower your way down onto your forearms. Elbows directly under shoulders, forearms parallel to one another, or hands clasped for a little extra supports. Take a huge breath in the upper back. Engage through the chest muscles so you get that light connection of elbows shifting toward one another. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl toes under hips, extend to the sky for dolphin. Really extending the hips up, feeling for that connection to your core here. And allow your head to hang heavy. So even in the intensity of this pose, can you soften through the neck and shoulders? Or can you create a little more space to just melt? Use your core as that major engagement. Yes, beautiful. Let your breath support you here. There you go, that position. 3 more breaths in dolphin. Maybe tiptoe your toes closer to your elbows. Last inhale, hips lift a little bit higher. And then exhale, ease your knees to the earth, settling into child's pose, embryo, or puppy. Really whatever allows your body to surrender and rest for a moment. So that sort of reset where your belly softens, your body gives into the earth, your breath shifts towards the back body. And back into that intention of embracing what is. Just be present for what's bubbling up currently, what sensations you're experiencing. Start to deepen the breath once again. Use that stronger inhale to rise back upright to hands and knees. Spread your fingers super wide so you've got that strong foundation. Exhale, curl toes under, hips extend up and back to downward facing dog. And then allow yourself to shift and move here. Maybe walking your dog by bending and straightening the legs. Hips perhaps shifting side to side. Play into this inversion. Just a few more breaths here. On your exhale, bend your knees deeply. Walk your feet to the top of your mat, arriving in a forward fold. Inhale for that halfway lift, spinal extension. Yes, exhale to fold it in. Let's do that once more. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, roll all the way up. Stacking vertebrae over vertebrae, reaching arms overhead. Maybe a little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, hands to heart center. Classical suns. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, dive, Uttanasana. Slow and controlled fold. Inhale, left foot steps back, lunge here. Bring that left knee down to the ground as long as it doesn't bother the joint. Reach your arms up to the sky. If that feels too much, hands can always be on the right thigh instead. Let's stay here for a few breaths, opening through the torso, feeling into this lunge. Yes, beautiful. Soften your shoulders. There we go. You guys all got longer necks in that moment. On your exhale, hands come all the way to the earth. Step back to plank pose. Your choice, knees can come down, or you can go directly up and back to down dog, or flow with me through vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop the chest through, cobra or up dog. Nice, Mike. Exhale, back to downward facing. Inhale, step left foot forward, low lunge, lift and open through the torso. Connecting your breath into your body. Really feel into the space you're creating. Yeah, awesome breathing. Two more here. Maybe soften deeper into the lunge. Exhale, lower your hands to the mat. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way upright, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands back to heart to center. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, forward folds. Inhale, right foot back lunge. Lift and open with the torso. Exhale, lower hands to mat, going at your own pace. Step to plank pose. Your choice, directly to down dog or flow, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Draw shoulders back, lift the chest, there you go. Exhale to downward facing. Inhale, step right foot forward, lunge. Lift and open, telescoping the ribs. Exhale, lower hands to mat, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to heart, center. Nice, breathing, inhale, re-extend. Moving with your breath. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Lift and open, maybe starting to turn this into a back bend if that feels good. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step to plank. Flow with your breath either to down dog or chaturanga. Inhale, chest scoops through, shoulder blades come back. There you go. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot comes forward, lunge. Open it up. Exhale, hands to the mat, forward folds. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands back, heart to center. One more round here. Inhale, re-extend. Beautiful breathing. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Open it up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to plank. Flowing through your vinyasa, slow and controlled. Really feeling each part of the transition. Beautiful, Chris. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot comes forward. Low lunge, open it up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way upright, arms reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes, mountain pose. Hands can stay at heart center or can rest by your sides, palms facing softly open. Fill this pose with your breath. Draw your attention down to your feet. Notice the texture of your mat beneath your toes. Now try to balance the weight in all four corners. So in that front inner ball of your foot, outer edge of that little toe, and then back through two corners of the heel. So you're feeling that balance sensation rooting into the earth. From that place of grounding, draw the breath up the legs, arms extend up to the sky. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed. Exhale, sit back, chair pose, Uttanasana. Heart lifts, hips reach back. Fill this pose up with breath. You are always welcome to bend the elbows to release some tension here. Good, Jen. Feel for space. Sit a little bit deeper because you can. Yes. Last breath in here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale, just fold it in here. Let the torso hang heavy. Interlace your hands in opposite elbow. A little ragdoll pose for a few breaths here, yeah. Let that head hang. Yeah, maybe rocking it side to side, that feels good. Letting gravity maybe crack your spine, creating more space in between the vertebrae. Release the arms. Inhale for that halfway lift, extension of the spine. Plant your hands on the mat, just step your way back to plank pose. Core is strong. Take a few breaths here. If this feels like too much pressure on the back body or the core, you can always bring the knees down for support. Hips up in line with the shoulders, tuck tailbone. All right, you have the choice here. You can go directly up and back to down dog or flow slowly through that chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Shoulder blades draw back. Yes, good, David. Exhale, back to downward facing. Take a deep breath in and down dog. Exhale out the mouth. Now let's do that once more. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Awesome. Inhale, slowly extend that left leg up and back. So we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Really press up and back to the ball of the foot. Root into the earth with your hands. So you've got that pulling in opposite directions, or reaching in opposite directions rather. Your exhale, bend the left knee, open up through the hip. So that left heel is reaching closer towards the earth. Breathing into this left hip flexor, side body. Awesome. And now re-extend the left leg. Without momentum, step left foot through. We're going to rise up to a warrior two. So back heel roots down, and now windmill your arms up. Take a moment to set yourself up here. Left knee is bent at a 90-degree angle, stacked over that heel, or working towards a 90-degree angle, I should say. Arms parallel to the earth. Balance the weight between the two legs. I'm just feeling into this basic warrior. Oftentimes we're in such a rush to get into the next pose, we don't feel the basic foundation. So just tuning into the foundation here, noticing the complexity even in this simple pose. Yeah, and a good way to notice that is to close your eyes. Kind of feel more into the pose that way. All right, starting with Archer Warrior 2. So take that left arm up to the sky. Bend the left elbow. And then bring your right hand on the left elbow to help the hand further down back. This can be where you stay. This can be a deep enough, good enough stretch. Or take that right arm, wrap it behind your back. If you can reach hands to hands, clasp them. If you can't, you can grab hold of clothing or simply reach the hands towards one another. Draw the belly in so you're not pressing the belly forward to accomplish that clasp. Breathe into the shoulders. Soften very intentionally around the neck and shoulders. Yes, awesome breath. Inhale, unwind, re-extend the arms. Exhale into Eagle Warrior 2, taking the left arm underneath the right. You can get that second clasp of the hands, do it. Bring your elbows up in line with the shoulders, soft press forward. Breathe into the upper back. Yeah. Now if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch through the neck, lift the arm bones higher, lower the forehead to your upper arms. Breathe into that space without pressing, so it's just a soft release here. Yes. If your head is forward, bring it back upright. Unwind the arms, re-extending. Flip the left palm to the sky, exhale, reverse that warrior. Left hand reaches up and back. Right hand starts on your hip for that alignment. And then maybe working that right hand down the back leg. Yeah. If you like the bind, just take that instead. Switch directions. So let me see. I'm going to bring the hand to your toes. There you go. You got it. Awesome. For the last few breaths here, if you'd like that neck stretch, Kim's already ready for it. Reach the left arm forward, let the head hang heavy towards the right shoulder. Breathe into this left side of the neck. Imagine some of the tension, really feeling some of that tension release here. Reaching through that left hand can come back upright. Release the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers. Take a deep breath, lift up to the heart. On your exhale, dive forward into ostrich pose. So torso comes to the inside of that left leg. Now, if this feels like too much on the shoulders, you can always bring the hands to the ground instead. Direct your breath down into the hips. Then let that breath rise towards the shoulders and the chest. Clasp hands continue to reach overhead, stretching through the chest and shoulders. 2 more breaths. Lower the clasp first, then release your hands. Straighten out the left leg, parallel the inner edges of your feet for a Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale, fold it in. Yeah, use this as a bit of release here. So if this feels like too much for you, you can always bring your hands to a block. If there's a different variation you like or you thrive off of, do that here. So you can always take the variation of grabbing the big toes with your hands. You can always keep that clasp behind the back body. Sometimes it feels really good on the chest to open that way. Maybe you want to walk your hands under the legs, deepening the fold. Just feeling into what works best for your body in this moment. About 3 more breaths here. Not sure why we have a helicopter flying over us today. It's very bizarre. Inhale, lengthen up, halfway lift. Spin those left toes back towards the front of the room and turn the right toes to a 45-degree angle. Knees bent to the left leg to start. Inhale, come up to a warrior 2-ish shape. And then straighten out the left leg. We're coming into triangle pose. You may want to shorten the stance a bit here. Reach that left arm forward and down. Right arm extends up to the sky. Now, if there's a different version that you'd like here, maybe bringing the right hand behind the back, maybe balancing so that left hand is away from the shin, you're welcome to do that. Yeah, nice, Kathy. Feeling for the space you're creating this pose, but still tapping into the strength that's accessible. Beautiful job. Feeling for more breath flow. All right, you're welcome to stay here or add a little bit of balance to the pose. Come into Ardha Chandrasana. You can bring a block with you if you'd like. Rocking the weight into that left foot. Left hand comes to the outer diagonal. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Right hand can be on the hip to start and then extending to the sky. If you'd like a little more space created in this pose, you can always bend the right knee, come into a bind. Create a stretch in that right quad. Yeah, nice, Kim. Finding your breath here. 3 more. You have the bind and release. Exhale, lower right hand to the mat. Everybody hug the right knee into your chest. And then reach the right leg straight back. Step the foot to the back of your mat. Hands square around that front foot. Staying here for a few breaths. If at any point your right knee needs to come down, go for it. Breathing into your hips here, just tapping into the strength that's inherent in your legs, supporting you. Square the hips. Right hand stays on the ground or comes to a block. Inhale, left arm up into a twist. So your hand can be on the thigh or arms reaching up towards the ceiling. With your exhale, connect to your core. Yeah, left knee is bent at a 90-degree angle. Make sure you've got that bend so you're not compromising through the hips. Feeling for space in the torso, lifting even more through the heart. Yes, there you go. That's the difference. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. There you go. All right, take 1 more inhale. Sometimes the breaths are longer than you want. Exhale, lower the hand to the mat. Bring both hands to the inside of that right thigh, or left thigh rather, lower the right knee to the ground. If that bothers your back knee, add some padding. You don't want to add any unnecessary tension to the joints. All right, you're welcome to stay right here. This can be a pretty intense pose in and of itself. Or maybe if you're like going deeper, bringing the forearms to the ground. If the forearms can't reach the ground, bring them to your block. And then if you want a little more strength work, curl the right toes under regardless of what your arms are doing. You can pick up that right knee. Breathing down into the hips. Keep hugging that left knee towards the torso. Yeah, awesome. About 4 more breaths. Where can you soften? Nice, David. Last exhale here, let it go out the mouth. Lower that right knee to the ground, come back up to the palms of your hands. Then tuck the right toes under. Inhale, carefully lift that left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the left knee open to the hip. Option to flip your dog in that wild thing pose. Lifting and opening to the torso. Yeah, awesome. 2 more breaths, just opening up. Flip it back over, re-extend the left leg. Exhale, left knee to outer edge of right arm. Little crunch. Inhale, re-extend the left leg. Exhale, left knee to outer edge of left arm. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left knee to chest. And your present is pigeon. So coming into your version of pigeon here. It does not matter, we're just getting into the hips. So if this forward version feels good, take it. If the forward version puts any pressure on your hip or your knee that's uncomfortable on those joints, come onto your back. Take a reclined variation, hooking the ankle over the knee. Keep the breath moving freely, supporting your pose. We'll be here for about 5 breaths, so not a super long time, but long enough to melt into sensation. I'm just embracing where your body takes you to in this moment. Being cognizant of the thoughts that bubble up without judgment, just awareness. Yoga can be this really beautiful tool to help keep us breathing and softening through those tense moments in life. So practicing that here in these intense poses, staying present, letting the breath support us. All right, you've got some time to ease out of your pigeon, so about 5 breaths to unwind and make your way back to down dog. You can take that entire 5 breaths to carefully come out of the pose. You can also use those 5 breaths to take cat-cows or vinyasa. But eventually we will arrive in downward facing dog. Once you arrive in your down dog, take a huge breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Yes, awesome. One more like that. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, right leg floats up and back. Toes spreading wide, reach this leg long. So once again, staying here for a few breaths, feeling the strength in this pose. Exhale, bend the right knee, open up through the hip. Creating a little more space in the hip joint, quadricep. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Exhale, step right foot through. Rise up, warrior two, windmilling your arms up. Just taking a moment to situate yourself in this warrior. Perhaps closing your eyes once you get that strong foundation for more support. I'll make sure I everyone's shoes are still here. On your next inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, bend that right elbow, moving into this archer pose. Right, or left hand rather, can come to the right elbow. You're welcome to stay directly here or reach the left arm behind your back. Clasp hands, grab clothing, or simply just keep reaching fingertips towards one another. Breathing into the chest, softening around the shoulders and chest with each breath. Notice if you've started to straighten out the right leg. If you need that release, go for it. Otherwise, keep the knee bent so you're feeling that intensity. Yeah. And then check in with the belly. It's really natural to push the belly forward. For some reason, we think that deepens the pose. It doesn't. So draw the abdominals in, light tuck of tailbone. Inhale, unwind the arms. Exhale into Eagle Warrior 2, right arm wraps under the left. Getting that second top of the hand if it's accessible. Elbows in line with the shoulders, soft press of the forearms forward. It's a very soft press. If you like that neck stretch, arms lift a little higher, forehead rests on the left bicep. Breathing into the back of the heart, beautiful. Shoulders still soften here, pulling away from the ears. Breathing into the space in the upper back, back of the heart. Lift your head back up. Open the arms. Flip the right palm to the sky. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Right hand reaches up and back. Left hand on the hip. Or maybe it starts to work its way down the left leg or come into a bind. Fill this right side body up with breath. On your next inhale, if you'd like a neck stretch, reach the right arm forward. Let the head hang towards the left shoulder. Inhale, reach through that right hand, come back upright. Exhale, arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Knuckles draw down, lift up to the chest. Shoulder blades hug towards one another. Exhale, fold, ostrich pose. Once again, if this is too much, you can always release the clasps, bringing your hands to the ground instead. Breathing down into your hips. Feeling that wrap into the hamstrings, especially that right leg. All the way up into the shoulders and upper back. Exhale, lower the clasp, then release your hands. Straighten out the right leg, spin those right toes around so you're in a Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Now listen carefully, we're going to do this together today, or in this pose rather. Walk the hands towards the left foot. Both hands come to that left ankle. Now this can be where you stay right elbow pointing to the ground, getting that stretch to the inner thighs. If you'd like a little bit more, bring that left arm up to the sky for a twist. If you'd like more, still wrap the left arm behind the back body, lean away from the right leg, and you get a deeper stretch. Yeah, both legs stay straight, inner edges of your feet are parallel. If your left arm is wrapped behind the back, re-extend it to the sky. Exhale, release both hands down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift just to neutralize out the spine. And then walk the hands all the way over to the right calf, shin, ankle, whatever you can grab. Left elbow points towards the ground. This can be where you stay. Or the right arm reaches up to the sky for your twist. Or wrap that right arm behind your back, lean away from the right leg. Deepen the stretch. 3 more breaths. Your right arm is behind your back, re-extend. Exhale, both hands release to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Spin your right toes forward, left foot to about a 45-degree angle. Come all the way back up for a warrior 2-ish pose. And then straighten out the right leg, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Reach that right arm forward and down, left hand up to the sky. Yes. That right hand can always come to a block here. Stacking yourself. Single plane. Finding even more space, especially around this left side body, left hip joint with your breath. Option to stay here or shift into Ardha Chandrasana, rocking away into your right foot. Tipping forward, right hand comes to the outside diagonal, left leg and left arm eventually extend to the sky. Yes, nice, Kathy. Fire up to the legs. You can always take that bind if you like, turning the pose into a quarter move. If you have the bind, release. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Hug the left knee into your chest. And then inhale, shoot the left leg straight back and down. Hands frame the right foot. Take a moment, feel the strength in your legs. They may be burning here, that's good. Maybe they're shaking, that's also good. At any point you need to bring the left knee down, that's an option. Left hand on the ground or your block. So to create a little more space, use your block here. You want the hand underneath the shoulder, so you don't want it right next to the foot. Inhale, float the right arm up to the sky. Breathe into the space you've created here, yes. Awesome. Beautiful breathing. Using this twist to cleanse the torso, good through your abdominals, your intestines. 2 more breaths. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Lower the left knee down. Coming into this deep low lunge. This can be where you stay, shifting the hips forward, just breathing into the intensity that's present here. If you don't feel much, you can always ease down to the forearms. If you like that added intensity and strength work, you can tuck the left toes under, pick up the left knee so you fire up the quadriceps. We're lifting through the left hamstrings. Wherever you are, keep hugging the right knee to your chest. Yeah. Breathing here. About 4 more breaths in this intense pose. Always exhale out the mouth for release. Exhale, lower the left knee down if it's not already. Prop up onto the palms of your hands. Now curl the left toes under and carefully, cautiously lift the hips up and back. Right leg floats to the sky. As you feel like the joints are ready, bend the right knee open through the hip. Option to flip your dog with that wild thing. Flip it back over. Everybody re-extend the right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee towards outer edge of left elbow. Cross-body crunch. Yes, inhale, re-extend. Exhale, right knee to outer edge of right arm. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, pigeon on this side. Your version of pigeon. I do recommend mirroring what you took on the opposite side. Here for about 5 to 7 breaths. Make your way into this release. Always exhale out the mouth to deepen the release here. You can always use your props under the forehead or under the hip. You can always come onto your back to take softer version for your joints. You'll still get the same intensity of the stretch. As your mind wanders, come back to this moment. Taking your time, slowly ease out of this pose. We'll all meet up in the down dog. So taking your time. You can use some cat-cows or vinyasa. Once you arrive in down dog, take a deep breath in. Let that exhale go out the mouth. Yeah, 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, release. Bend your knees, walk to the top of your mat, arriving in that forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now, I should have done this earlier, but we're going to do it now. Everyone come grab a blanket at the front. all the floor work I already made you do.
No, we're just so cold.
So cold. It's so cold outside. All right, yeah. David's hugging his blanket. So cute. All right. Okay. Frog pose. No one guessed the right pose. Almost as good. Yeah, right? All right. So let's set up together. Fold over one side of your mat. If you need extra padding beyond that, fold it over a second time. The other knee is going to come to your blanket. Now the key here is, remember when we did those frog hip openings at the beginning of class? You got to keep your feet flexed towards the shins, super strong. And then you're going to let the knees inch apart. It's a version of inchworm, the frog inchworm. Inch frog. Inch frog. And you're going to come down to your elbows. And we're going to only hang out here for about 10 breaths. You can always bring the heels, or rather the ankles, onto your props for extra support. Knees are in line with your hips. Hips soften towards the ground. It will feel super intense. If you don't feel much, let me know. And I'll play with tucking the tailbone a little more or dropping the pelvis a little more to intensify it. The blanket is here to let gravity deepen the stretch. Breathe through it. There's a version of this in Forrest Yoga where we put a rolled up mat under our belly as well. It's so much fun intensity.
That's not helping us go to honors class.
She hasn't done that for years. Don't worry. Actually, it makes it easier because you have less pressure on the hips. Yeah, that makes sense. 3 more breaths here. That's it. Breathe into the hips. Now it feels impossible, but the best way to get out of this pose is to actually crawl forward. Let the knees slide back together because you've got that blanket, and then you'll end up on your belly. Some of you didn't trust me. That's fine. It's okay. Once you're on your belly, though, rock the leg a little side to side, kind of windshield wipering the legs here. Releasing. And then at your own pace, make your way up, and we'll come all the way onto the back. So you'll need to go through a little bit of adjustments to set the blanket aside. And come on to your back. Send your legs forward, reach arms overhead, get that full morning stretch. And then from here, move into any final movement or pose of choice. Could be a simple knees to chest, maybe a final spinal twist. Perhaps you're like, I'm totally just ready for Shavasana. If that's resonating with you today, then just move into Shavasana. So anywhere between 5 and 10 breaths to complete your practice. Once again, if you prefer that longer Shavasana, move directly into it. But this is your time to complete anything else your body is craving. Yeah, beautiful. As you feel ready, setting up for this final surrender, final relaxation. Being supported by the earth here. Eyes are soft, using any prop props or clothing to make yourself more comfortable. Just letting go, sitting with this simple being, just being here for these last few moments of class. Ease your way over to one side. press your way up to a seat. Inhale, arms float to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment just observing, a moment for gratitude for your practice, your body this time. The goodness in me bows